I'm maybe Burke, and you're watching Makeup for Lost Time. This is my series for trans women and other people who feel like they missed a few classes when it came to learning about makeup. I was recently asked for more tips on hooded eyes, so I'm going to show you my favorite hood-proof makeup. I've talked about hooded eyes before and how you can exaggerate where your crease is to do any type of eyeshadow, but if you want a foolproof, hood-proof option, doing a look that doesn't even need to locate the crease is going to be ideal. Now, I already have a base on, and I just used a combination of an eyeshadow primer, a color corrector, and a concealer on my lid and under my eyes. I always recommend something of a base. The trick to a hood-proof look is just focusing on your lash line, not worrying about anything under the hood. I personally always like to have a wash of color on the lid. I personally like dimension and I like a little more complicated looks. So I'm gonna start with a wash of color across the lid, just all one color. But this step is so optional, you really don't need to do it. Now, what we are going to focus on is taking a color that's not too dark and letting that sit right on the outer third of the eye, on the top and the bottom. I'm gonna work to blend it out a little bit, but not going too far from the lash line. Because of hoods, I never stray too far from the lash line. Oh, for the love of Kelly Clarkson. People sometimes talk about doing V's in their crease. This is essentially a V around your eye. You're just making a little alligator mouth. Eating your eye. And it's okay if it's a little messy. We can come back and work with that. But then what we're gonna do, I've been taking black eyeshadow or the darkest color I have on a flat, stiff brush where we can really hit the lash line and wiggle it in place. And this is gonna give our eyes a nice frame without it being too stark because it's a shadow, not like a liquid liner. And then if you want to get fancy, I like to flick out a little bit of a wing and kind of blend it into that other color. But that's also not necessary. So again, I'm gonna stamp and wiggle. And you'll see that gives you a nice frame without it being like too sharp. You can do this just in that outer third, or you can go all the way in. Choose your own adventure there. And this is great because it can be done with any colors. And now here's the great thing about this. This line is a little thicker under the eye than it is on this side, but because it's eyeshadow and not eyeliner, I can just go in with a clean brush and soften that up a little bit and blend it out. And then we have a clear pop to the eyes that I can just finish off with some mascara and get some on my nose. Put on a lip while I let that dry, because we know once mascara dries, you can just flick it off with a spoolie. But back to my eyeshadow. Not much changes about the look when I raise my eyebrows. So if you want to avoid the hood with your eyeshadow, just focus on the lash line. And stay tuned as we make up for lost time.